If you don't know what time it is,
Man, you better know what time it is, man.
time for the greatest show in the world.
Yeah, man.
Next show, let's go.
Yep. Beautiful black queen, really living the dream. More like the vision was given to build a team. Winning in everything, glory straight to the king. Blessings from the heavens, so God is gonna intervene. Have you ever seen Ellen? She would clearly come second. Oh, and what about Oprah, even though the show's over? What I'm trying to say is that the show is way colder. Arizona to Boulder, grab a snack and a soda. Promise when you see it, I'ma be like I told you. Saying otherwise, I'm just saying stay sober. Must be drunk, ladies fix your lace fronts. Get your game together, bros, it's the Knick-Knack Show, yep.
It's the Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show. It's the Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show. It's the Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show. It's the Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show.
Do that.
Wow.
And I was like, I was asleep when they sent the money. What the heck?
People are so creative these days. Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
It's oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy how scammers work harder to scam other people than to just get their own money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. Testing, testing. It's your girl, Nick. Testing, testing. Need some more water. Actually, I didn't eat today. I woke up at 6 o'clock and didn't eat. I'm gonna run around all morning, running on fumes.
I ate light. I ate light. I ate light. Probably was a bowl of cereal. That's it. Drunk some water. Yeah.
Probably need not to eat. Probably need to fast. For real, for real.
Mm.
Don't be. We're building greatness right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
I'm gonna delete that last live off your profile.
okay.
Thank good. I don't think nobody's tell that shit. Good. Okay. Backline. Everything's working. I see the cameras. I see the audio. Lower third is working. Good. Monitor. Yeah, because their recorders going to pay you the clap. I'm gonna start this recording over.
Yes.
You gotta turn them toward you.
Oh, you want both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Start the live over again. What was it? How did you want me to word it again, Nikki?
Interview with Marcus Spencer. Interview with Marcus Spencer on the Knickknack Show.
Knickknack show is 2 words, right? Knickknack and then show.
Just one.
Knickknack and show all together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can put produced by, RF39 if you want to.
I'm gonna get you guys going. I feel like I wasted, stalled y'all a little bit.
No, that was me. I should have got here on time. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Hold. Stop that before. And stream. View. Live.
I like working with people that are understanding because life is short.
Yeah, absolutely. We all go through.
Man, if y'all don't know what time it is,
Man, you better know what time it is, man.
time for the greatest show in the world.
Yeah, man.
Knickknack Show, let's go.
Yep. Beautiful black queen, really living the dream. More like the vision was given to build a team. Winning in everything, glory straight to the king. Blessings from the heavens, so God is gonna intervene. Have you ever seen Ellen? She would clearly come second. Oh, and what about Oprah, even though the show's over? What I'm trying to say is that the show is way colder. Arizona to Boulder, grab a snack and a soda. Promise when you see it, I'ma be like I told you. Saying otherwise, I'm just saying stay sober. Must be drunk, ladies fix your lace fronts. Get your game together, bros, it's the Knickknack Show, yep.
It's the Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show. It's the Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show. It's the Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show. It's the Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show, Knickknack Show.
It's your girl, Nikki Nashay, better known as Knickknack, talk show host of the Knickknack Show. And I am back at it again. Happy New Year, since I haven't streamed my talk show since the new year has begun. Hope it's started off with blessings. I'm here today with Marcus Spencer, who is a fellow Lake County resident, such am I. You're also a volunteer for the PAD Center. You're a volunteer at the NCCP. Um, would you call yourself an activist, Marcus?
Wouldn't call myself an activist.
Mhm.
I just like to help people. And when you have such a big heart, it's a nice thing to encourage people and to help people whatever that they're going through. So for pads, in the past, there will be a shelter at Shiloh Baptist Church in Waukegan on Wednesday nights,
Okay.
where we would bring the homeless clients in, and the clients will come from a bus, so they'll get off a bus, and those clients will arrive at the church. And before they get themselves settled in, they had to sign in and make sure that they had their ID and badges.
Okay.
And but they also had to make sure that they checked in with their either their manager or their advisor in order to be there. That was before COVID hit.
Okay.
When COVID hit, they decided not to do pads anymore, but pads is still active technically.
Okay.
So on Tuesdays, what we do is every other Tuesdays we prepare dinners for our clients. It's about sometimes between 30 and 60 plates, and we take it to Hometown Studios in North Point in Waukegan, right across the street from formerly Lakers.
Okay.
So we drop that food off to them, and then on Saturdays the food pantry is open second and fourth Sundays at Shiloh, where the clients will come in if they need food. They stock up a lot of food, drinks, and all that stuff. So I'm just thankful just to serve. So when you're serving, it's a blessing because you're helping people because you never know what somebody is going through.
Okay. So that sounds like that takes a big chunk of your life helping other people and dedicating your life to help theirs.
It does. It most certainly does. And like I said, it's just it's I'm thankful first of all because you have so many people out there who are less fortunate, who are homeless, and during this time, especially during the winter season, we have to think about them because, and you just never know what somebody's going through. Somebody could be homeless, jobless, they don't have food or water, no shoes on their feet, no clothes on their back.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see people out in the streets like that, it's just you have to think about you could be in that situation as well. So you just have to be a thankful spirit, but you gotta also be mindful of what is going on in the community and around you as well.
Facts. And it is definitely too damn cold to be outside. I,
It
I know you can't
is.
tell by what I got on, but it is freezing. So shout out to you for helping those people who need to warm up and need a hot meal, you know? And shout out to all the churches and the organizations that you shouted out in Lake County.
Yes.
So do you have any favorites in between them? Are there any churches that you work with or organizations that you don't want to work with anymore? You ain't got to put them on blast, but you
No,
know.
I think I attend a church in North Chicago, which is
Okay.
called Christian Valley Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
There's other churches in the zone or in Lake County,
Mm-hmm.
so we never put anybody on blast because first of all, we're all family churches
Okay.
and we all serve the same God and it's one purpose.
Okay.
So we should all be thankful and that we're helping each other out because sometimes other churches need our help if an assistance, especially at a funeral or
Mm-hmm.
at a special event like
Yeah.
Martin Luther King or a choir event, something like if something big goes on, other churches will ask other churches, hey, we need your help. Do you have any serving ushers or nurses, or do you have any deacons or any officials that can come serve at our church? So um, I hope it'll be no competition. That's not how it's supposed to be, that in my opinion. So
Mm. Now, somehow the words competition and Lake County just belong in the same sentence, but I digress. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to
okay,
that. So you said that the churches are family churches. Family is also a funny word because family members get on your last nerve, and it be like that, you know. But you still gotta show love.
yes.
Are you originally from Lake County?
I am. I grew up in Waukegan area.
Okay.
I grew up on Washington Street. I think that was where Family Dollar still is. So I grew up in that area for a long time. So I lived in Waukegan in North Chicago for a long, long time. North Chicago graduate, 1998 to the
Okay.
Warhawks. Shout out to my Warhawks people. That's right. But yeah, Lake. I've been in Lake County for such a long time. I've never had an opportunity where I didn't like the county. I mean, look, it can need some improvement, of course.
Mm.
Definitely need some improvement. Um, I don't know. It's just, but Lake County is my home, so I don't anticipate in moving anywhere time soon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless I get some kind of special offer,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here for a long time.
Okay. So it sounds like you have your mindset. It sounds like you are purpose driven. So I'm curious, what do you feel like your mission is in life? Because we spoke off air and you said that you do other work,
Mhm.
but this is the work that seems like is near and dear to your heart. So what would you say your mission is in life?
I guess my mission in life is to see people saved. I would say people
Mm,
saved
okay.
because um, a lot of people are not saved, and it hurts when people are not saved and they don't know God.
Why
So
does it hurt you?
um, I'll say this: when someone is first of all, I don't judge people because we're not supposed to judge, and the only person that judges is the person upstairs. So I don't judge, but I love to see people who are blessed and know what they're doing.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is when somebody is blessed, you want to see them in their right mind, in the right frame of mindset where they know that they can go to a serving church where they don't have to be judged and they can still serve and they can come as you wish. And because you just, like I said, you never know what somebody is going through. So when somebody's going through something, you don't want to beat them down.
Facts.
You want to uplift them.
Okay.
You want to uplift them and guide them and say, hey, uh, welcome, have a great day. Or give them a handshake or a hug and say that I'm here for you, or I love you, or I care for you, or I appreciate you. So people need to hear that instead of beating somebody down or talking about somebody, because that's the last thing somebody needs is for them to talk about. Where if you've been somewhere or if you've done something, done the same thing, you shouldn't judge that person. That's how I feel.
I feel like when you find things that you have in common or ways that you can relate to someone versus causing a divide, that's
Mhm.
always a win.
Yes, it
So,
is.
amen to uplifting people. I mean,
Yes.
how much higher can you get than heaven,
Yes.
right?
That's right. Amen.
So,
Amen.
when did you give your life to God?
Oh my goodness. It was like
And how old are
maybe
you now?
I am 44 years old,
Okay.
so I turned 45 in March.
Okay.
Um,
Happy early birthday. Me too.
yes. um, this was like I want to say about 12 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It was like almost 15 years ago. I didn't go to church. I didn't have a church home.
Mm.
So my aunt, who stayed on Hervey Avenue in North Chicago, um, that family said, "Hey, Marcus." They asked me, "Marcus, do you want to attend church service?" I was like, "Yeah, I would like to attend church." So, and when my aunt says something or my cousin says something,
Hmm.
I'm faithful enough to be obedient. And I was like, I want to attend church because I didn't have a church home, I didn't grow up in a church.
Hmm.
So for them to approach me and ask me if I wanted to attend church, I thought it was awesome
Okay.
because I didn't know how a church family worked. So it was awesome just to go to that service, and that's how I actually, I guess, grew up in the church. So my family got me to go, and I was the only one that went. My parents eventually went later, but I was the first person to, you know, get involved in the community for church.
Check you out here setting holy trends. Look at you. All right. So, what has been the hardest part you would say about giving your life to God? Because personally, I feel like
Mm,
the closer you try to get to God, the more the devil messes with you.
yes,
So,
that is
what's
correct.
been the hardest challenge for you about
To
believing?
to me, it's the judgments, people judging you for doing stuff.
Mm,
Um, I don't appreciate people who judge you. Like if you do the same thing, don't come attack me and saying you can't do this.
mm-hmm.
I'm allowed to have fun outside the church. I'm allowed to have a great time. I can go to a party. I can go to a bar.
Okay.
You know, I can go anywhere I please.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, because when somebody judges you and they try to attack you, it really puts you really good. And I don't like when people do that. I just don't like it because it's not fair.
Hmm.
What's it called? I can't think of the word, but I just don't like when
When
people.
they're being a hypocrite?
Yes,
Oh,
that's it.
yeah.
When you're a hypocrite, no. I don't appreciate that because, first of all, God loves everybody. And if you make a mistake, he still loves you because we're still his children.
Yep.
So he still loves us no matter what you do.
Hmm.
And no matter what you're going through, he's still going to protect you and love you
Yep.
anyway.
And I think that that's so like monumental and pivotal to know because I feel like people are under this impression that when you are a believer or when you claim the term Christian that you're automatically supposed to be perfect. But that's not what Christianity is about at all.
No, that you're right. That's exactly right because we've all failed, and people, some people look at the Bible and some people don't. But look, we all fell short of the glory of God,
Mm-hmm.
and so the thing is, when you fall short of the glory of God, you shouldn't beat yourself up because, like I said, when God is still on your side, He still loves you no matter what. He's not going to chastise you. He's not going to forbade you. But look, he's going to like say, look, his presence is still with you.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have to focus on him because he's our number one protector and he's our number one guider. So if we go to him, that should be our first person to run to. If
Yep.
we're in trouble
Yep.
or if we need something,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first person we should go to is Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
not your friend,
Yep.
not your coworker. It's God. That's the person because he's not gonna let you down. That's a fact.
Facts, yeah. Definitely, I feel like it's all about having that relationship with God,
Yes.
and people try to force relationships romantically, friendships,
Hmm.
force that relationship with God. It'll pan out a whole lot
That's right. Yes.
So, switching gears a little
Hmm.
bit, what was your thoughts on the preacher that Trump hired for his
Oh
inauguration
my
speech?
God. Well, I saw a little bit of that.
So,
He,
you didn't watch the
I
whole.
didn't watch it. I saw a little bit of it on
Okay.
social media and on the news.
Okay.
Look, he has his following and he has his fan base.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna judge him on who he brings to his celebration, but at the same time, I think he should know better and he should be mindful of who he's bringing or who he wants to speak to because when you're speaking to in front of the American people, you have to know what you're saying, and
Mm-hmm.
you better know that it's true that what you're saying. Because if you're saying stuff that's not true,
Mm-hmm.
or if you don't believe in that,
Mm-hmm.
then that makes you a hypocrite, and it makes the preacher a hypocrite.
Mm.
So, um, it's just it's look. I
So,
know I'm not a big Trump fan. I'm not a big fan of his.
oh.
Not, but um, he is the president of the United States. You have to respect him in the office, and when you have to, I guess, give him a chance. And you just gotta hope that we all can come together and just focus on our lives. And if he can uplift and make our lives better, then that'll be a victory for us, and that'll be a victory for America itself. That's how I feel.
Okay. So for me personally, I didn't watch the entire sermon that the pastor did because once I saw all the, I couldn't. So
Yeah.
is that what happened for you too? Like you're like, I'm not sitting through this whole thing.
I was
This
like,
is
I saw
ridiculous.
some of it. I just didn't watch it. I'm always at work busy. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely given theatrics. It was given, stage, very performative. And speaking of performative, what are your feelings on recording people when you're helping them? We live in an era where social media
Hmm.
is dominated by relationship advice
Hmm.
and recording someone while you give them a meal when they're in need. So,
Right,
what's your
right.
thoughts on recording people when you help them?
Um, I don't feel anything about that one way or other. I just look when someone's in need of help, um, if they're recording, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm,
I just think that, that focus should be on that person, uplifting and helping them. Because people do get focused on the theatrics and recording and all that stuff. It shouldn't be about that.
mm-hmm.
You should be focused on helping that person and
Mm-hmm.
uplifting them to make sure that they're okay and checking up on them. And that's the thing. That's the thing we don't do a lot sometimes. It's like we don't check up on people, text, call, email. Hey, how you doing? Do you need anything? And see, I need myself. I'm good at it. It's just like, look, I have busy lives too. I have a
Yeah.
job and
Yep.
I work and I'm busy outside of work as well. But I don't zone anybody out. I still keep in touch with people, and I still say, "Hey, are you doing okay? Do you need anything? Do you need any food? Do you need me to get you something?" So I think it's really, really important that you look up after people and check up on somebody. There's nothing wrong with doing that. If you can go to a party or if you can go somewhere, I know it don't take you 2 minutes to check up on somebody and tell them and see how they're doing. That's just yeah.
So I just got to go on record and say that he definitely lives by what he speaks because this interview has been a long time coming, actually.
Yes.
And I expressed to him, just keeping Marcus in the loop, like, hey, I'm trying. I just got a lot going on.
Mhm.
And he reached out and prayed for me. He reached back out and was like, hey, I'm praying for you again. Are you good? So, you're all right with me, Marcus. You are all right with me. I love to meet people who stand on what they say and their actions match their words. So,
That's who I am, and just I'm not gonna change for that because I grew up in a family who cares about their family and they take care of their family,
mhm,
and we look after people. So when you look after people, it's a blessing, and just to know, say, hey, you need to check up on somebody, you need to look after somebody, and so if it takes me to do that, and I will do that. So I have no problem doing that.
okay, love that. So, you are big on helping people, uplifting people, showing people grace. But we're obviously living in a time where uh, our society is going backwards. And
Yes.
for example, Trump did amend the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, which was initially signed in 1965. And for those who don't know, that act is to prevent discrimination when you're applying for a job. So, what's your thoughts on that?
He um,
He's like, let me say this in the most holy way
yeah,
possible.
it's exactly. So he's doing that because the previous president, Mr. Biden, left office, and he's trying to undo everything of what he did. If that's his belief, I think that's not right.
Okay.
That's not right because, of course, he's had some shady things that have gone in his past where he's not been upfront
Mm-hmm.
with his housing and hotels and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not something that puts America first.
Right.
So he should know better than that. I hope he changes course and changes his mind because there's a lot of people that's going to be hurt by that, especially you know, black people and others as well. So he needs to focus himself on putting the American people first because people out there are still struggling and people need help.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to do something like that, I just don't think that's right. But he needs to do better. And like I said, we're still pulling for him because we're praying for him. I know a lot of people are not his fan and not a big fan of his, but we're pulling for you because you represent everybody. And when you represent everybody, you have to look out for everybody. You have to look out for certain people. And that means people who are less fortunate. So when you don't do that, that does not stand with the for thing that you did by trying to do an executive order by trying to get rid of that. That's not right. It's not right at all.
Okay. I think there's definitely pros and cons
Yes.
to it. Speaking of the workplace,
Mm,
I'm 32 years old
mhm.
and well, years young, and in March I'll be turning 33. And I feel like I'm realizing how important working relationships are.
Yes.
So, to you,
Mm.
from 1 to 10, how important is the relationship and like the bond that you have with someone that you're working with?
It's very important. I would say a 10 because first of all, when you're coworkers, we work together. We work together. That's number one. Um, because when you work together, we can accomplish and get everything done. Um, so at my job, I know a lot of people and I help a lot of people, and I'm not going to change who I am. Um, I mean, there's a few people who they're haters at work, and frankly, I don't care.
Period.
I just don't care. So we are always supposed to help people and
Mhm.
uplift people. Um, like I said, the type of person that I am, if I know someone's in need of help or they need some assistance, I'm there. And because first of all, when you work together, we're supposed to work as a family.
Mhm.
Look, you can sometimes you can disagree, and that's going to happen, but you can do it in a respectful way. We're coworkers, but we're also family, and one person should not be above the other, and you're not above anybody. So and people get caught up on titles.
Oh, tell me about
Titles.
it. Yup.
People get caught up on titles, and
Hmm.
it bothers me because it's like just because you're that title, just because you're the top dog, that doesn't mean you get to treat people how you treat people,
Yep.
because karma is going to come
Oh
right
yeah.
up back at you.
Mm-hmm.
So coworkers have to learn how to respect one another, because like I said, we are family and we are supposed to help one another. We are always supposed to, you got to set the example. You got to set the example for yourself and for others, because people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're not doing right, that's a problem. And but as coworkers, we should always uplift each other. We should always focus on being positive, because we're here to get things done and also get it together, because that's what it's about. And some people and coworkers will test your patience, and they will definitely test you a lot. So, but that's how I feel. You have to work together. And that's the thing. If you don't work together, it's not going to work out.
So I'm asking this next question because Jesus was literally perfect and he was crucified.
Mhm.
So do you feel like your coworkers pick with you a little bit because you are so just and because you are so level-headed and that kind of thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not just me. Yeah, because they know the type of person that I am.
Yeah.
I'm a godly person. I'm a nice person. So, like I said, being a nice person goes a long way.
Mhm.
You just never know what somebody is going through.
Mhm.
So, coworkers will pick on you sometimes. So, I let it go. I don't let it bother me, because I have a job to do. And my focus is to get that job done and stay within the family and keep focused on that. Because coworkers will test you. And it's that coworker who probably doesn't come to work every day,
Yep.
who is not perfect in their attendance, or they don't do anything, or they're just lazy, or they'll just go outside and just not think about what they did. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's coworkers have to be sometimes, I don't know how to put it, but coworkers need to have that focus where they look, it's not about you. We're in a work environment and we're here to work together. That's it.
Okay, okay. So enough about the orange man. Um,
Yes.
and shout out to MLK because we
Yes.
celebrated Martin Luther King's birthday on the same day that the inauguration took place.
That's
But
right.
I feel like I saw more things on my timeline addressing the inauguration
Hmm.
than acknowledging Martin Luther King. And I feel
Correct.
like every year we're kind of getting further and further away from that.
Hmm.
So you agree with me?
I agree. I agree with that. Yes.
So did
Yes.
did you hear that they're coming out with this documentary, I want to say, about MLK and just more about his life?
I think I did hear something about that. I did hear
Um,
something about that. Yeah.
which is interesting to me because I feel like they're going to use it to tear down his name versus uplift him more, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad, because Martin Luther King represented everybody, and his legacy will still live forever. I mean, you can go back to that speech that he
Mhm.
made.
Mhm.
Was that, I believe that was that in Washington D.C., if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
It was in Washington D.C.
Mhm.
So yeah, that speech is in my head, and I will go back on YouTube and hear it. And he's an inspiration to everybody, and he died for us. He died for us. He wanted us to have the more great life, because he wanted people to survive. He wanted people to make sure that they had their rights right there.
Mhm.
I mean, just Martin Luther King was amazing.
Yeah.
So if anybody don't, you have to listen to him. You have to. You have to go
You
back to
said you
his.
have to.
You have to. Yes, you have to.
Shout out to the martyrs and the people who are selfless enough to sacrifice themselves for the greater good of other people. Because Jesus didn't die on the cross for us to be judging each other and
That's right.
acting a fool, and Martin Luther King didn't die for us to be undoing the act
That's
for
correct.
discrimination so that we can get a job. It's just
Yes, that
crazy
is
work.
correct. Yes. Oh my goodness.
2025
Yes.
is off to a very interesting start.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yes.
so switching gears a little bit, we're in a very tech age. Everything, social media, you can find anything on social media these
Hmm.
days. Um, relationship advice is everywhere on the
Hmm.
internet. Do you think it's doing more harm or more good?
I don't know I'm in between on that, because I'm single, but
Ooh, how long you been single?
for a while, for a
Okay,
while, for a
okay.
while. So, I don't know. It's a kind of a disadvantage because I see a lot of people get hurt on social media.
Mhm.
Somebody's in a relationship, somebody's married, and all their stuff's put out in the open. And it's just like when you see that, it's just like sometimes you shake your head and it's just like, wow, are they doing this for drama? Are they just doing this for show or something like that?
Mhm.
You don't want to see that. You always want, look, of course, things are not going to go perfect, but it's just when you see people put all their relationship stuff and drama out there, it's just,
I be with my popcorn like,
yeah,
damn.
it's just like, what are people going through? So, but man, it's just like, look, there's nothing wrong with recognizing your significant other, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, you want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You want to do it the right way. You don't never want to talk about somebody or put all your business out in the open. I
Yeah.
just don't know.
Yeah.
It,
I mean, well, the drama's taking place whether it's on camera or not, though. You know what I mean?
yes,
So, I mean, I guess it's relatable, but we should be putting out examples that are more positive, you know?
yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so yeah, I can agree with
Hmm.
that. What topic are you tired of hearing about the most when it comes to relationship podcasts? Like,
Mm, let me see. If I had to say, I because I see a lot and I hear a lot. Um,
while you're thinking about it,
mhm.
my least favorite topic is the 50-50 discussion. I
You
hate
don't like that?
oh my
You don't
gosh.
like that?
Please. Like, please, you know?
I get where you coming from. Look, look, if a man wants to and is interested in a woman, man should pay the first date. I agree with that.
Y'all heard that, right?
The man should
Okay.
pay for the first date. That is true. So, but when it comes to oh, some people are just selfish at
Hmm.
times, I feel. And it's not right. Why would you want to be selfish? So if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to be helping that person and uplifting them. Um,
Have you ever took a woman to a first date at church before? I feel like you give that vibe a little bit.
I've never done that before.
Have
Can
you
you
ever
believe
took a
that? I've never
woman
done that
to
before.
a
Can you
first
believe?
date at
I've been on
church
dates
before?
before,
I
but I've
feel
never
like you give
taken
that vibe
somebody
a little
to a.
bit.
I've never done that before. Can you
So,
believe that?
has it
I've
ever
never
crossed your
done that before.
mind
Can you
and
believe?
you
I've
just
been
were
on
like,
dates
I don't
before,
want
but I've
to
never
kill the
taken
vibe
somebody
and
to a.
suggest that? Or has it just organically never happened?
It has crossed my mind. It's just like the person that I'm with or dating with. I was like, I don't know if this person would like to go. So it's just I that's why I didn't bring it up.
Okay.
I would have definitely said, hey, would you like to go to church and have service? You know,
Mm-hmm.
attend the service. But it's just like I don't know if I should bring it up right now. It's like, but I think it's an awesome idea to take somebody to church. I
Yeah.
think it's good.
So at this point in your life, sitting at this table with me on the
Mhm.
Knickknack Show, do you feel like it's a red flag now if they would turn down a first date to church?
Yeah, I guess you can say. I would say yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of telling.
I would say yeah because I think when you take somebody to church,
Mm-hmm.
it can change somebody's life.
Yeah,
That can
yeah.
definitely change. I mean, like I said, when you go into church, you never know what somebody's going through. And you have to listen to the message, you
Mm-hmm.
have to listen to who's preaching,
Mm-hmm.
and you just, that Holy Spirit will get you.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel excited, you can feel awesome, and
Or
yeah,
guilty.
exactly, exactly. But that's the thing. When you go to church, we shouldn't be judging. You can have a bad day, you can just have a really off day. But when you come to church, nobody shouldn't be judging nobody.
Right.
Nobody. Because you've done things that were not pleasing to God in
Mm-hmm.
his sight.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't judge that person when they come in. Because and that's the one thing people get judged on when they go to church is the clothing.
Mm.
Who cares what you wear? You can come in with jeans and something simple. That's fine. God looks at your heart,
Yeah.
not your clothes. He
Right.
looks at your heart. So you
Mm-hmm.
can come in and that's one thing I don't like when churches judge people on how they dress. You shouldn't do that because you're going to turn somebody off and you're not going to make their day. That's going to even make it worse. And you come as you are. That's what the church said. You come as you are, and you're supposed to come and uplift. You're supposed to love, and you're supposed to care about that person. That's what it's about.
So you said that it's a turn off when you're judging someone about their attire or how they show up dressed to service. And I agree. So, what would you say are like the top three things that turn people away from going to church?
Um, Number one, the people that attend the church because they like to judge. That's
Hmm.
first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, the atmosphere. I think, and it all depends on when you go into that church. I think it's just the atmosphere. And if you know, if you're going to church and you're not hearing what you want to hear, but it's like something you can feel something, and if you feel something is not right, that's going to turn them off. So I think it's the people that attend church,
Hmm.
it's the atmosphere, and the third, it has to be um, the preacher.
Mm.
And the preacher
True.
sets the example.
Hmm.
So, and if that preacher's not living by the word and he's just all talk,
Hmm.
then that's going to turn somebody off too. So, when somebody comes to church, you do not want somebody beating you down, or if they're
Hmm.
not living the word, as they say,
Hmm.
um, because a lot of the people will turn away and they will leave church and they will either go to another church or they won't go to church at all because that hurt is so real. When that hurt is real, it just makes them question why God is doing this to them, especially why the church is doing it to them, why the people, why the congregation is doing that to them.
Yeah.
And that's what gets the churches in a lot of trouble. When the congregation, when they start judging people,
Hmm.
you turn people away. And that's not right. That's not right.
Yeah, and extra emphasis on that atmosphere
Hmm.
because church folks sometimes, not all of them, they will play nice, but that atmosphere, because the energy
Yes,
don't lie. And then
exactly.
you're not gonna gaslight me in here neither.
That's exactly
Because
right.
now I don't want to be upset on church ground. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
correct.
Because
Yes,
my
you are right.
mouth, God know me.
Mm.
I'm actually going through this right now. And I'm not going to put the church on blast, but I have attended the same church. I was born in that church. And I've been going there my entire life. And I no longer go there. And I haven't been there for like the past 2 months. And I'm currently looking for a church home. And I'm getting a lot of flack about not wanting to return back. But I feel like the focus should be, what did we do to turn you off?
Exactly.
Not you're wrong
That's
for not
exactly
coming
right.
here, you know?
That's exactly right. That's right. Because um the church I attended, we've had members who have left. Um and it's just like such when stuff happens, it's just like you're disappointed,
Hmm.
and I feel your situation when you leave, because if somebody hurts you or done you wrong, it hurts. That sting is still there.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with churches these days. You're not supposed to hurt people. You're supposed to uplift people. You have to continue to uplift people. When you talk about people, or and when you talk about business, or in people congregation, and people in the congregation, they love to do this. They love to judge and they just love to run their mouth.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, that's not good.
Yeah.
That is not good.
At all.
Um and that's what get churches in trouble too,
Yeah.
especially with their congregations, when they run their mouth and they don't know what they're talking about, and they
Hmm.
just trying to be all judgmental.
Hmm.
And it's like that's not what we're here for. When you go to church, we're uplifting God's name, and and we're uplifting people. That's the thing. So when you turn people away, when you get in your own way and you trying to do other things, and it's not right. We're all supposed to help one another, love one another. We love one another. Can't judge people.
Oh, word,
Yeah,
Marcus. Oh,
not
word.
judge people.
We're live on
Yeah.
the Knickknack Show. In the Shay, I'm here with Marcus Spencer. We're getting into the gospel, the church, relationships, politics. Um, Marcus, how would you feel if there was less relationship advice online and more relationship advice in the church? Like, what if there was like speed dating in the church? Maybe like more,
Hmm.
like how do you think that that would be effective? Do you feel like it would be a distraction?
I don't. It's possible. It's possible. I know churches used to do that in the past.
Okay.
Have some kind of speed dating or some kind of love thing where they
Yeah.
try to get people like single. I think they still do it, like have it a singles thing or a couples thing.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, the church should actually focus on um uplifting people
Mm-hmm.
instead of getting in people's business about their relationships and all that stuff, because that can get them really in trouble.
Yep.
And because when you get off the focus of Jesus Christ and when you get on other things that have nothing to do with the church and upfilling God's word, then that's gonna cause a big problem. It's gonna cause a big problem. So
Relationships are like what God is about, though.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I agree with you.
yeah.
I agree. I mean, look, when it comes to relationships, and yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with you with that.
So, what do you look forward to the most in your next relationship
Um,
as a God fearing man?
let's see. Um, just want first of all, I want to have stability. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Someone who wants me just who I am. I know I have a busy life, but I can make time. And so what I'm looking for is somebody who is active, somebody who has that it factor.
Okay.
And because I'm gonna let you be on your business and you let me be on my business. So when it comes to that, that's what I'm looking for. Somebody who has the same qualities as me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if they know God, oh God, yes, I would love that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
If they know their Lord and Savior and if they're a praying person, I would love that. I just want somebody who can be on my side and I'll be on your side because I want to protect you, I want to provide, and I want to make sure that I'm the right person for you. And I want to be that person. So, and if I have to keep continuing to work on myself, then that's what I have to do.
Facts.
So like it starts with you.
Yep.
You can't start nobody else
Yep.
but yourself.
Yep.
When you know when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to get married, of course, absolutely. I'm not gonna run away from that.
Right.
And because people was like, "Oh, Marcus, you shouldn't get married." Well, why wouldn't I want to get married?
Married people get to do
Yeah.
all the fun stuff.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
It's sinning if
Yeah,
I do
absolutely. I
it.
was like, I would love to get married. Come on,
Yeah.
yes. I would love to be somebody's wife. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I definitely been. January makes 8 years that I've been single.
Hmm.
And I can't wait to get married and have all the
Yeah.
sanctified sex in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I digress.
Yeah.
So speaking of marriage, this is a great transition.
Hmm.
Do you know who Lil Baby is? Do you listen to rap or?
I do listen to. Yeah, I listen to it absolutely.
Okay,
A little
so
bit. Yeah.
recently Lil Baby took to social media and he said, I'm down to give you a ring. We can
Hmm.
have the ceremony. We can have all our friends there. We can say the vows, but I'm not signing no paperwork because the
Oh.
paper shouldn't really dictate the marriage anyway.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on that?
Mm. So he doesn't want to sign the paper.
Yep.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's that's what he that's his opinion. I mean, as a man, I would probably want to.
Okay.
I probably want to sign it. Look, when you go into a marriage, you have to take it real serious. First of all, you have to be ready because marriage comes with everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make sure that you're ready for everything.
Yep.
Where if it comes to kids, relationships, jobs, anything, you want to make sure that you're prepared and have everything set on the table. You want to put everything on the table with the person that you're with, and you want to be honest. You want to be upfront.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be focused because, like I said, you want to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely want to make it work. So I disagree with him.
Okay.
So when you want, like I said, when it comes to marriage, you want it, both of you guys to be involved, and you don't want nobody to go over somebody because that's not how it works. Now, you said 50-50. I mean, there are times where you have to be 50-50 on things, but when it comes to marriage, you got to make sure you two are right there. So that's just me.
Okay, so
That's just me.
just to clarify, you're saying that the marriage is not official without that paperwork.
I agree. Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So, Marcus, would you be turned off by a woman that you heard speaking about her sexual preferences on a podcast? Like, would that turn you off from her?
No,
Okay.
it wouldn't hurt me. Everybody has a past
Okay.
and everybody has done things that they're probably not proud of, or
Okay.
they, so that
Okay.
wouldn't turn me off because first of all, she's open and honest of what she's saying.
Okay.
So I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that because like I said, honesty is very important to me because I'm don't want somebody lying to me and vice versa. I don't want to be lying to that person. And I know everybody takes honesty and being truthful very, very seriously. So to me, I have no problem with somebody um giving their past or, what they've done because they're being upfront and honest of what they've gone through.
Okay.
And so I think that's very, very important. So when you get into a marriage, and if there'll be a time of discussion, then we'll probably discuss it again. But no, I have no problem with that because they're being open and honest up front. And that's what you want in somebody, is just to be open. You want them to be honest and you want them to be upfront.
Okay. Wow, we are getting really deep with these topics. I want to lighten things up a little bit. We're
Okay.
going to play a little game of
Okay.
this or that.
All
Okay.
right.
So, first, this or that question is Sunday morning service or Wednesday night Bible study?
Wow. I would say Sunday morning service. Only reason why I'm saying that's because my job.
Okay.
I haven't been to Bible study in a while, so because of my job, that's
Okay.
the only thing. But I think when you go to Sunday service,
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome. Because first of all, you wake up in the morning. That's your first blessing. Is you wake up.
Facts.
That's your first blessing.
Yup.
If you wake up in the morning, that is your blessing. You got to be thankful that God woke you up one more time.
Yep.
So going to service, it fulfills your day because
Mm-hmm.
when you get to church, you
Mm-hmm.
are ready to praise Him.
Yep.
You ready to give it all and just because you've been through a trying week,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's at job or school or anything. So when you can get to church on Sunday and you
Mm-hmm.
get to on time and enjoy service and have a good time, it's awesome. There's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. So I would have to say Sunday service for me.
Okay. Next, this or that question is one annual Christian couple retreat a year
Mm.
or weekly couple counseling?
Wow. I would have to say the retreat.
Okay.
The only reason I say the retreat is because you need that sometimes.
Okay.
Um, Couples go on retreat where they need um I don't know how you say it, where they just need some comfort
Okay.
and they just need some time alone. So sometimes you need that. Um it's it's easy to have therapy or if you're going through something,
Mm-hmm.
but I think having a retreat and going somewhere, going out of town in another state,
Mm-hmm.
I you need that sometimes. You need to get away from the noise. You need to get away from the mess. You need to get away from your job. You need to
Mm-hmm.
get away from the house or
Yeah.
home, kids, anything that's going through. So
Yep.
I think a retreat is definitely helpful because it'll ease your mind. It'll get your mind focused on whatever that you're going through, and you don't have to think about the outside noise.
Yep.
Sometimes you just need to get away.
Need that refresher.
Yes, you do. You
You
need
know.
to restart, refresher. So getting on a retreat, I think it works. I like I've never been to a retreat before, but I've heard about the retreats. So I think a retreat that's what I'm gonna go at. I'm gonna go with the retreat.
Okay. Would you prefer country living or city living?
Okay, I tested both the city and the country
Okay.
when it comes to been out in the country in college before.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. If I had to pick, that's tough.
I know, right?
Because the city, so much traffic, but there's a lot there.
Yep.
If I had to pick, I would say the city.
Okay.
I'm not too fond of the city at times because I do have to drive to Chicago a lot sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but the city is right there because everything is close,
Yeah.
and it's good to venture out and go places. And
Mm-hmm.
I love going to venture out and go places,
Mm-hmm.
and just
Same.
yes, I love it. I love it. So I would have to say, would I live in a city? No,
Okay.
I would not live in a city, but just to venture out, yes. So
Okay.
I would pick the city. I'll pick
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually would choose the country,
Okay.
and I know that that's probably hard to believe because I mean, you could just drive to the city, but to
Yeah,
be in the hustle and bustle, like yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Okay. So last this or that question is: if a genie came to you
Hmm.
and said that you would meet the love of your life in 1 year, and you could use the 364 days to work on everything before you meet them,
Mhm.
or the genie could deliver your love of your life right now on the spot and you work through all the kinks
Mhm.
from there out. Which one would you choose?
Oh my goodness. Tough. That's tough. um, hmm. I will go with the first one.
Okay.
I'll go with the first one. Um, See, patience is the key.
Oh yeah.
Patience is the key.
Hmm.
So like I said, I don't want to rush into dating somebody. The time is gonna come when I know that person is the right person.
Hmm.
So, man, but like I said, when you get to know somebody, it's awesome. That's an awesome feeling to get to know somebody. Um,
Sometimes I get to know some of y'all and I don't like y'all, but it's just saying, gotta keep it real, you know.
so
But it's better to uplift the people that you don't
I
like,
agree.
right?
Yeah,
I
I
feel it.
agree
I
with
feel
you.
it.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I would go with the first one, what you just said. So
Okay, working out the kinks before you
I
meet
think
the love of your life.
absolutely
Okay.
because you have to do that, and you always want to get to know somebody, and when you get to know somebody, it's it's a good thing because you know what they like, then they don't like, and that communication is key. I think communication is important, and we can talk,
It is.
converse, and just even just sitting down and just talking that can make somebody's day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is why I love the Knick-Knack show
Yes, there
because
you
I
go.
get to know all of you and your perspective and understand where you're coming from, why you have that opinion, and all the good things. So I love this sit down that we're having. Um, I love the gems that you've dropped on everyone. But for the people who missed the very beginning, can you leave everyone an inspirational, motivational message for them to take with them and then
Yes,
tell everyone where they can follow you?
absolutely. First of all, stay prayerful and stay focused on God. First and foremost, stay focused on Him because you have people looking after you and you have people that love you and care for you and appreciate you. And you always want somebody on your side. You always want somebody on your side where somebody is there for you,
Mhm,
caring for you,
mhm.
looking after you. That's what I take after. And if you need me to pray for you, I am here. I am a praying person and I'm a praying man. So if you need prayer, I'm out there. And my social media, I'm all over social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Marquiqui40. I'm on Snapchat, Marsizzle39, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And I'm on TikTok as well. I don't know what my handle is. I think it's Marquiqui40. But I have a lot of social media. So you can see me on social media. You can just look me up, Marcus Spencer. And but yeah, I just think uplifting people and keeping them in prayer. And that's my goal is to make sure that people are okay and to look after people. That's the thing. And I love blessing people.
Okay.
I love blessing people, whether we're out in public or, just anything. You just never know what somebody's going through. And when you can bless them, it makes their day.
Comes back tenfold.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Even if I don't get nothing,
Mhm.
I'm still good because I did what I have to do, and
Yep.
it's in my heart to do that.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going because God wants me to keep going, and I'm gonna continue to run that race because people need prayer. People out there need. We need each other. That's the thing. We need each other. We need each other.
All right, y'all. So if you need a brother in prayer or you're looking for a God fearing man that you want to spend the rest of your healthy, loving and blessed life with, follow Marcus Spencer on all platforms. Again, I'm your girl, Nikki Nishay, better known as Knick Knack, and you can follow me and find all my content on every platform at Knick Knack Show. It's been real.
Man, if y'all don't know what time it is,
Man, you better know what time it is, man.
time for the greatest show in the world.
Yeah,
The
man.
Knick-Knack Show, let's go.
Yep. Beautiful black queen, really living the dream. More like the vision was given to build a team. Winning in everything, glory straight to the king. Blessings from the heavens, so God is gonna intervene. Have you ever seen Ellen? She would clearly come second. Oh, and what about Oprah? Even though the show's over, what I'm trying to say is that the show is way colder. Arizona to Boulder, grab a snack and a soda. Promise when you see it, I'ma be like I told you. Saying otherwise, I'm just saying stay sober. Must be drunk. Ladies, fix your lace fronts. Get your game together, bros. It's the Knick-Knack Show. Yep.
It's the Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show, Knick-Knack Show. It's the Knick-Knack